Hi, today's video attempts to answer the question, what is tense in English grammar? If you want to learn about tense, it's important that you first know what a verb is. A verb is an essential building block of a sentence. A complete sentence must have a subject and a verb. For example, mistakes happen, and then you can add more information like, the manager wants evidence, Anna played golf last Monday. If we remove the verbs from these sentences, you won't know what's going on. I want you to notice something. The verb happen is used in its base form. In the second sentence, there's an S added to the verb want, and in the third sentence, there's an ED with the verb play. These are all different forms of verbs. In most grammar books, you must have come across this table that gives you the present, past, and past participle form of the verb. The regular ones usually end with an ED for the past forms, and the irregular ones usually have a different ending or a different word altogether for the forms. And then there's present participle that has an ing added to the verb. When constructing sentences, or basically talking, we use all these verb forms in different combinations. We use the verb be with ing. We use has, have, had with the past participle form of the verb. We use is going to or will with the base form of the verb. Here I've used the verb play in 3 different forms, which are 3 different tenses of this verb. So tense is a form of verb that expresses time. It tells you when something happened. The word time makes us think about hours, days, months, years, or some time expressions like during the 16th century, tomorrow afternoon, Sunday morning, when I was young, when we got home, 2 weeks ago. But tense, we're not talking about this time with tense. So it's not these expressions, but the verb forms that tell us what time the action happened. It's because tense looks at time in a different way. Tense looks at now as the present, the time before now as the past, and the time after now as the future. So we have 3 main tenses in English: the present tense, the past tense, and the future tense. Let's go back to these sentences. I said even if we don't have these, the verb form plays places the action in the present, the verb form played places the action in the past, and the verb form will play places the action in the future. But wait, it's not as simple as that. Life is much more complicated. What if I need to talk about something that happened way back in the past, something that continued to happen for a while, something that happened right before now, or happens on a regular basis, or might happen multiple times in the future? In order for us to talk about all these situations, each tense has 4 aspects. The simple aspect that shows an action happening at a particular time, the continuous aspect that tells that an action was ongoing or is ongoing or will be ongoing, the perfect aspect that indicates that something happened before another or has a connection to the time being talked about, and then perfect progressive, which indicates the continuation of an action up to a certain point. And in this way, there are 4 present tenses in English, 4 past tenses, 4 future tenses, which makes a total of 12 tenses. The simple tense, continuous tense, perfect tense, and the perfect progressive. These look simple on paper, but there's more to them than just their form. Let me give you an example. Here we have the verb be used with an ing with the verb, called the present progressive or the present continuous tense. If I say, Sarah's helping her mom in the kitchen, is helping is a present continuous tense, which means the action is ongoing and which will finish at some point. But if I say Sarah's seeing the dentist tomorrow, is seeing sure is the present continuous form, but the word tomorrow places it in the future. But wait, I said these time expressions have nothing to do with tense. That's correct. We still say it's the present continuous tense, but we say it's used for the future. We don't say it's the simple future tense. And that's why I said it's important to learn the rules of how to use each tense, because you can't just randomly put a time expression with any tense and export it to another time. You have to know your rules to use these tenses. And then there's logic and context that you need to take into account. And for this matter, I'll be making separate videos to explain the different tenses for our next video on present simple and present progressive. Stay tuned. Bye.